Welcome, everybody. Let's see some cameras. I see some smiling faces here. I see Caleb. Caleb's at Starbucks. I love that. I recognize it. Yeah, Caleb's always on the go. Got Nicholas relaxing all the way, Wasaga Beach. Best days to be over there. I wish I was up there right now. Got Daniel. Who else you got? Who else you got? That's it. Only the serious people that want to make money are here. I got how do you say that? Dijon? Like Dijon? Like the you probably get this a lot, so I don't want to be you know it's coming, right? Like the mustard. Okay. I didn't want to be like, hey, Dijon like the mustard, and you hear it like twice a day. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to be that guy, but that was the only reference that I had. Cool. We got Blake. What's going on, Blake? Texas in the house. Texas Hold'em. I like that. Okay, cool. So, what I'm gonna do, what I have in mind for you guys today is I'm that guy. That's Dijon. That's the nickname. So he's I guess he's everything, like all that in a bag of potato chips, I guess you could say. I like that. So what I have in store for everybody is because we have for those that are not familiar, and for those that are, just so we're all on the same page, we have the GC funds happening. By a show of hands, that are here with cameras, and I'm mainly talking to those with cameras on, because the rest of you don't exist to me right now. So I've got Michelle. Cool. Welcome, Michelle. Okay, cool. So here, let me put everybody. I'll let you guys exist for the chat. Hold on. So for the fund program that's going on, it's not for like you know, some kind of charity or whatever. It's basically for those that are looking to get into trading and investing. You can have what's called a funded account, which basically means it's a fancy way of saying that the brokerages or firms will actually give you real money to trade. So other people's money to trade. It's a big responsibility. So, imagine being in a position where you could trade $10,000, $100,000, a million, 2, 3 million plus of someone else's money. Comes with responsibility. Doesn't mean that they're going to take your kidneys away if you lose, but if you maintain the strict discipline, this is what a funded account is. You get to keep a good percentage of the profits as long as you maintain a certain amount of profits, which I think is pretty fair. My publisher had said to me before I signed with him, he said, Edwin, if I could provide for you, if I could show you how to make a dollar that you never would have had, would it be fair to ask for 25 cents? And I thought, well, I mean, yeah, because like if you don't show me how to make this dollar, then there's zero. So if you show me how to make the dollar, you can keep 50 cents if you want. You know what I mean? Like it seemed pretty straightforward. So it's kind of the same concept with the funded account. Now, for those that don't know that that's happening, you basically have access to this. And this is kind of what you want to work towards. You really only get this in the Forex space. And if you're not familiar with Forex, yes, you are. You use currency on a daily basis, right? So you use coins, doesn't matter if it's Canada, US, euros, pesos, as long as it's some type of country currency, that's part of Forex. Okay. So all of you have exchange currency one way, shape, or form. And you don't really get a funded account for crypto. That doesn't really exist. You don't get a funded account for stocks. Like, good luck. You got to work at the bank for that. So really, for your average everyday trader or investor, even if you don't want to quit your career, your job, and just have it as like a side gig, this is a good way to really leverage meaning like using other tools to have access to more money, which means you can basically have more profits. But that's not for a beginner's thing to do. And some people are going to be mad that I'm saying that, but those of you that know me and know me personally, you know that I don't care if I upset some people, because I'm just going to say it like it is. Not my problem. How you take it, if you want to cry later, by all means, turn your camera off now, or you can exit. I don't care. And the point of this is all of us here have access to actual market experts. And I still to this day cannot call myself an expert as much as I would love to. I'm experienced. I've had really good days and really bad days, and I could say I'm very knowledgeable and I have a good idea of what I'm talking about from good experience, bad experience to in the long term, whatever. But I still can't call myself an expert. All of us here have access to experts. So I just want to set the tone. And that's in your back office. If you don't know what your back office is, you should be yelling at your upline sponsor. Okay. So all of us have access to learn live sessions. All of us have access to like full out courses and training material and quizzes and stuff that you should be utilizing instead of, accessing Netflix and Disney Plus and different hubs and whatever you waste your time on. You should be accessing the back office for this stuff because this will make you money. It's not just about copying and pasting alerts. It's a good way to practice by copying and pasting alerts. Good way to practice, but you have to really understand what it is that you're doing. So even if you're not going to be leaving your work or your job or your career or whatever it is that you have in mind, maybe you have something else in mind for your life. You want to open up a store, a gym, or it doesn't matter, a beauty salon, makes no difference. You can have this on the side, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how versatile it can be. So, who was on the Champions University call that I did? I think it was like 4 weeks ago, where we just put like we put in a random buy on gold. I was like, everybody decide in the chat up or like buy or sell. Who remembers that? Drop a 1 in the chat. Okay. Who wants to see how that's doing right now? Because I never closed it. I've been watching it ever since then. Who wants to see? Drop some fire emojis if you want to see it. Yeah. Okay, cool. And I had left it intentionally and it worked out better than I thought. And this will prove the concept of it all. So let me just share here. So if this were a real account right now, in less than a month, okay, less than a month, we would be in this profit. Who would be okay with this? And it's gone down, by the way. So like last week, Wednesday, at our live event in Toronto, because here we can even like break it down. And there's a method to my madness. Everybody chill out, okay? Don't worry. Let's go here, day charts. So right now we're at 1926 for gold. And a few days ago, so that was what? So today is Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, all the way to, I think it was the 23rd here. So is around the beginning of August. So around here. So I remember it was like around $4,000, something like that. It's like $3,000, $4,000. So whether is that Christian? Christian, good to see you, brother. Awesome. Welcome. Love it. Love seeing your smiling face. So whether it was 3,000 or 4,000 or whatever it's at now, which is the 1757, it's still not bad for a month. And for my Canadians, this is even better because it's American. So like, nobody wants Canadian dollars, not even us. So it's a really good payout. And the point of this is let's count it together, because on that session, we also were learning how to count pips. So you're going to see here, and we're going to tie this back into funded accounts. You're going to see here that says a swap fee. A swap fee just means after 5 p.m. Eastern time, the New York Stock Exchange market has now closed, and it's now transitioning into the next trading day, which starts, I believe, with like Australia's market opening first. So whenever your trading day closes and goes into the next day or over the weekend, you have to pay a fee. It's called a swap fee. So from whenever this was, bless you, Daniel, whenever this was to now, we've been paying recurring fees every day for like the last month. So even with the fees of minus $695.52, I'll still take it. No problem. Okay, so let's reverse engineer this and see how many pips we caught since this thing started. So this was all the way from August 16th. And who can do the math? $2,450, let's call it whatever, even at one lot size. How many pips did we catch? Don't worry about the swap fee. Let's just worry about the pips. Who remembers how to do it? I should get the Jeopardy music. The lot is one. It says right there where it says size. If you see on the screen, it's a one lot, or what's called a standard lot. I'm not going to tell you guys how much that is per lot because you should all know by now. And for those that don't know, and this is your first time here, don't worry. The pressure is on everybody else. I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds, and then I'm going to do it myself. If I got to do it myself, I'm just going to nod my head at all of you. Yes, Daniel. Okay, good. you can sweat now. Okay, so take that in. So 24. Let me make sure I'm not wrong. So 24.50. Sorry, no, it's 245. 245 because it's $10 a pip. So 2,450 divided by $10 is 245. So 245 pips. Okay. In a month or less than a month, because it's August 16th, we caught 245 pips. Now, if you look at all the different trading channels, you'll see at the end of the week, at the end of the month, they caught a few hundred pips, a few thousand pips, and a combination of everything in between. Right? You see that all the time. If you're in the elite channels and like the Astro channels and those that are in the funded accounts, whatever channels, you see that 245 pips is kind of like an everyday conversation. It's not far-fetched. And for those that like are not understanding what this means, it just means every point that it moves up. So every fraction of a cent in the case of gold, every 10 cents that it moves up in price is 1 pip for gold. So it's a little bit different than currency. I don't want to lose everybody, but you'll see the point here. So if in under a month, if in under a month's time, we were able to basically walk away and be happy with 245 pips or 245 points, then really we don't need to like go too crazy in the trading and investing space. We can actually tone it down and keep it easy and kind of relax a little bit. We don't have to like over leverage, over stress, and all this stuff, which basically means chill out, right? And especially for the guys here, and I'm just as guilty. We gotta like relax, especially with the discipline aspect of it, because we like call it for what it is. If you see a day where you made $5, nobody's getting excited over $5. You can't even buy a Starbucks coffee with that. It is what it is. But a $5 day could mean like a certain amount of points. So tying it back, if we caught 245 pips, we're excited at the $2,500. But if that was instead of a 1.0 lot size, if it was a 0.1 lot size, that wouldn't have been the $2,500 or $2,450. It would be $245. If it was a 0.01 lot size, it would have been $24.50. So it's the exact same movements, but just different number amount. So I had said this on a previous training, we should be excited about counting pips, not dollars. Because if you have the same discipline for like, yes, I caught 245 pips and I made $24.50, you should be celebrating that $24.50. Because if you can maintain that, that's the same discipline that'll get you the $245 or $2,450. Or what if you upped it another 10 to a 10 lot? That would be $24,500. So you see, it's the exact same discipline. So tying this back into the funded accounts, if you're able to be patient, you can actually be using other people's money, and they do put you through tests first. But these tests, you're basically paying for the funded account you're basically paying for a test to prove that you can do it. But they're not going to give you money right away. They're not stupid. Like they know that 90% of people don't know what they're doing. It is what it is. So they want to make sure that they put you through a test first. So what ends up happening is you're going through, I'm going to just call it this way, a glorified demo account. Now, thankfully, with the brokerage that GC has partnered with, and that like Rakan and Armin has us collaborating with, we don't have a specific time limit to acquire the percentage they ask for, which is they put you through 2 tests. Have 8% profit. That's it, 8% profit. And then once you complete it, they're going to make you do it again. And now you do 5%. And then you have real money to play with. And with the real money that you play with, they give you whatever your target is, because you've proven that you can do 5 to 8%, and you keep 90% of the profit. I think that's a pretty good month. If we are catching over 245 pips on a weekly basis, being very conservative and all that stuff, imagine what you could do in a month's time with a few $100,000 of a brokerage account. They keep 10%, you keep 90%. It's a pretty good deal. So you can kind of chill out. But before you do that, before anybody here says, where's the link for the funded account? Listen, for those of you that are striving in that direction, and even if you don't want to, it's still a good discipline. I'd like to encourage all of you to start practicing with a demo account that's free. So instead of paying for a glorified demo account, because like I saw some people like that probably shouldn't have been doing the funding challenge. And those that are in the funding thing here, you saw some of them basically self-destruct. Hey, kudos to them for throwing themselves in the fire. And sometimes we all need to learn the hard way. I did. So like I'm not putting anyone down, because I myself learned. I wish that I was at least learning to try to get a funded account. Instead, like almost 40 grand later, I paid my own tuition indirectly. So like it is what it is. So we all learn one way or another. But if I can help you save tens of thousands of dollars and a lot of hours of staying up extra late waiting for those candles to go in your direction, if I could save you a few $100s to try to get a funded account and you're not ready yet, then why not practice for free? Which is the whole idea of why most of us are here for the investing part, because we have access to actual professionals to send the actual alerts that are in your back office. So aside from calls like this, which we put on as an extra bonus to our team to add more value, kind of like to give a different perspective. Like if you watch a movie and then you watch it the second time you're picking up things that you didn't realize was there. That's kind of the point of these calls on Tuesday, is a way of like packaging what we've learned from our own experiences and just sharing it to the team as extra value. But you should definitely be attending those Learn Live sessions, because like I learned the hard way, which is the worst way. And then I started to like really glue myself to those Learn Live sessions to learn from the pros, because you can ask them, why did you buy here? Why did you go here? Why is this that? And you can just annoy the hell out of them. You paid to annoy them. So like do it, right? And it's good that we have the channel here, the Champions University, but I can tell who actually uses the Market Pro and the university and the Learn Live sessions based off of the questions. Because like, and everybody learns at a different speed, different pace. So like I would never put someone down for that. But if you're asking questions that are in the back office and are on the live sessions and come with like some practice, I know you're just looking for shortcuts. And I personally would just ignore you. And I'd just be upfront, because it did, like if you try to like help a butterfly out of its cocoon, you're just gonna kill it. It makes no sense, right? You got to let them kind of break free from their shell, spread their wings. But the point of this is, with the funded accounts, for those that are looking to get into being able to have more money to trade, start practicing with the demo account. Who here does not have a demo account but would like to set one up, because I have a tutorial video. Most of the people here already know my tutorial video. So if you don't, I'll share it again in the chat, or if someone could share it. I have it like on my profile. Let's see who will win. So set this up this way. It's totally free. It's demo, whatever. Just start utilizing it. If you haven't already. And then I'm going to share something else with you guys, now that we're all on the same page. Okay, so in the Champions University, I shared my reel. It's 60 seconds, whatever. So if you destroy your account, God bless you, you just saved yourself a few $100. Think of it that way. And like, for those that are in the trading, the funding channel, like I've been upfront and blunt, and I'll say this to everybody here, to the other people in that chat, because for you to like have experience, you're gonna have to blow your account. You're gonna screw it up. Like, go out there and like F it up and be okay with it. It's like if you're gonna work in a kitchen, the best thing to do is to have the manager let you break some plates if you've never done it. Throw them on the floor, get it out of the way. You're gonna break a glass, you're gonna break a plate, it's gonna happen. If you're gonna work on cars, you're gonna strip a bolt, you're gonna strip whatever parts, blah blah blah, it's gonna happen. If you're gonna play chess, you're gonna make some wrong moves, you're gonna whatever, etc., etc. Right? If you're gonna work in a warehouse, you're gonna put things in the wrong place, etc., etc. So whatever you do, you're gonna make mistakes. So why not make them for free instead of like paying for them? Like some people that think that they're smart and then they're actually more stupid. So yeah, exactly. So see, tell me if I'm right or wrong, Alexandre. Right? Alexandre. Some people get mad when I say one or the other. Warren Buffett once said that he would not invest in a company whose owner had not failed at least twice. Perfect. Exactly, Christian. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So I have a lot of failures. My email tag, okay, I appreciate it. So my email tag, some people get upset, actually says to be a big winner, you have to be a bigger loser. Sometimes I forget that it's there. So when like I respond to emails, it's at the bottom, says to be a big winner, you have to be a bigger loser, -Edwin Z. And people respond back and they say, why are you being so rude? I'm like, it's just an email tag, relax. But then if they say that, I know that like they took it to heart, which just means that they don't know how to lose. So I'd rather just not even talk to them. But with that, with the funded accounts, here's the main moral of the story. So if you just saw 245 pips can work in your favor, then why not start taking the actions on a daily basis to start practicing and utilizing it, and basically understand the world that's happening around you? Because it doesn't just go into trading and investing. This actually affects your everyday life. And I'm going to show you something that that all of you should pay attention to on a regular basis. I don't expect you to be on there every day, but for those that are looking to become expert traders or more serious, you definitely should be watching this every day, because in some cases, this website will determine whether you're even trading that day or not. And that's not even an exaggeration. So, but for those that are looking to like enhance their lives, build a legacy for their family, invest in real estate, have businesses, and whatever the case is, like how the market works does affect you. I said this on I think I said it at our live event in Toronto. I actually measure, or I pay attention to the price of coffee and avocados. The moment I see those move, thank you, Daniel. The moment I see those move, or if I go to the grocery store and I see that avocados are still $5, but they're like half the size, something's coming. And it sounds stupid to say, but avocados cost so much to make because they take a lot of water and resources, and then they got to ship them over, and there's a huge cost to it. So if you can start to gauge markets, you can actually see what's coming. And for those that have been on wealth summits that like I've done, and like I talk about gold and silver and stuff, you've seen like I actually buy physical bars of gold and silver. And I've been doing it since like 2010. So I've been watching this stuff for a long time. So the site that you want to pay attention to, I'm going to show it to you. I'll drop it in the chat after. It's called forexfactory.com. I'll share my screen in a second. And a lot of the news that happens, I'll just say it up front, I don't even understand what it is. Some of them are employment numbers. Some of them are farming numbers. Some of them are like, natural resources, blah, 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 blah. So some of it you will begin to understand, and others you won't. But sometimes at least you know, oh, this type of news came out and it caused the chain reaction this way, and then you can start to see patterns, and this will really help you in your everyday life. So I know like today's session is a little different, like a different tone than usual, but I didn't want to do like the same thing over and over again. Risk management, risk reward, counting pips and this and that. We have enough of those, and we'll still keep doing those. But I just want to do like a different change of pace. Sometimes it's cool to do things a little weird. So this is the website forexfactory.com. So even if you're looking at crypto, you're looking at stocks, you want to buy a house, whatever, these things do affect because interest rates matter. Canada, US, rest of the world. If interest rates change in Canada, US, it's affecting the rest of the world. If BRICS with Saudi Arabia, China, Russia, all that stuff starts to like shift because they just officially dropped the US dollar in terms of like buying and selling oil, that's going to affect all of us. Can you share this site in the champs? Yeah, absolutely. Or if someone can drop it there right now, that'd be awesome. So how this site works is you can see what news is coming up. And again, just call it for what it is. Even myself, I don't know what half the news is. I'm looking at it now, like what the hell is this? Spanish services PMI, right? Like I don't know what that is. But we can start to go look into it and learn about it if you want. You can go see like what the results were and start to better understand it. As the news comes out, so like this is today, obviously, at 9:30 p.m. there's more news coming out, but that's in the Australia market because Australia is waking up right now, so that's their morning. So for our 9:30 p.m., there's going to be news happening over there for their GDP, gross, whatever it's called. So as the news comes out, you can see how it affected the markets. So it's good, bad, whatever. You can go see the reports. The moment the news drops, there is absolutely no way that you will be fast enough to catch the movements. So like, let's say if the news is at 10:30 a.m., at 10:30 a.m., 2 seconds, the market already went all the way up or all the way down, or up and down, up and down, up and down. And you cannot click or blink or breathe or think fast enough to buy, sell, close a position. You can't. Absolutely not. Which is why, side note, something like crypto elites and AI and all that can catch those movements, because although crypto wasn't supposed to be tied to the central world, the stock market does move and it does affect crypto nowadays. So it's all controlled by robots. So why not have a robot working in your favor? For those of you that have extra funds that you can allocate to that, don't be thinking get rich quicks, because if you have your proper stop loss and take profits, it'll be moving in whatever direction, and you can be like watching the days as it goes. Thank you, Christian. If you could drop it in the Champions University, it'd be awesome. And you can go look here at the upcoming news and previous news. So like yesterday, you could see was a holiday, bank holiday in Canada, bank holiday in the US. And you can see when there are holidays happening. And why that's important as well is because if there are bank holidays, then the markets don't move as much. So like yesterday, anybody that put a trade yesterday, you saw it was super slow because there's no bankers. The bankers aren't there. It's just regular traders. So you can start to pay attention to this and really start to determine things. So like, let's say Friday, we can see there's a whole bunch of news, stuff like unemployment news. Usually there's a lot of movement. And what else was I going to say? And when it comes to the mindset of, Edwin, I have an extra $100. I'm going to start a live account for Forex, and I'm going to start working my way up. No, I don't recommend that, because if you start to understand risk to reward ratios, what is 1%? I know this is like a math class now. What is 1% of $10,000? Drop it in the chat. I smell a lot of wood burning. Okay, so thanks. So that's 1% of 10,000. Now, what is 1% of $1,000? Now, what is 1% of $100? Okay, so here's the method to my madness. Here's the lesson of the day. Because this goes with the funded accounts, this goes with the being patient, this goes with the counting pips, and this goes with the basically having the right amount to invest. So if 10,000, I don't have my pencil here. So if 10,000, 1% is $100. 1,000, it's $10. And for $100 account, it's $1. What is the lowest lot size on Forex that you can use? Just put it in the thing in decimal and tell me the amount. Okay, perfect. So 0.01. And how much is that per pip? 10 cents. Okay. So here's the point of this. So whenever you're trading or investing, you should never risk every time you input a trade, you should never risk more than 1 to 3% of your overall account size. Those that are in the funded challenge, we're being more conservative than that, meaning we're more safe than that, and we're not risking more than 0.5%, 0.5%. That's even less than everything you see. So we're playing it extra safe, which is good. But for the sake of this example, if we're gonna go with the standard like 1 to 3%, and we'll just say 1%, usually whenever you input a trade, your stop loss will be about 25 pips, so 25 points. So if we're going to be risking the lowest lot size, what is 10 cents times 25 pips? Put it in the chat. So $2.50. So yes, Mia, 250, but it's $2.50. So $2.50. So if we're going to be inputting a trade on a $100 account on the lowest lot size possible, because we think we're being safe and we think we're a genius, if it goes against us, we don't have control over the 1%. We don't have control over being able to do a dollar. For us to be risking a dollar, we'd have to be putting a stop loss at 10. Because 10 cents, this is where I'm going to lose some of you. 10 cents per pip in $1, there's 10 cents. I know some of y'all's math skills ain't that great. Not throwing shade, but it is what it is. So in a dollar, you can count to 10 times, trying to keep it as simple as possible. So meaning we actually can't afford to input most trade alerts. You can't, because it's already beyond your risk management. So you better hope that those trades really hit. And how long is it going to take for you to grow your account by $2.50 to double it by another $100? It's going to take you a while, because it's not going to be 100% wins every time. So you're going to have some weeks where maybe you made $20, and then the next week you lose 15, and then the next one you lose another 15, and then you gain another 30 the next week. So it's going to take you a while to double your account to make it from $100 to $200. Does everybody see that? For those still following along, yes. So that's a lot of effort. Now it's good practice. It's definitely good practice, and it's definitely possible, and you definitely can grow your account from $100 to $10,000. It's not impossible. The best I had ever done was take $50 to like just over 1,000, and then greed kicked in, and then it went straight to zero. So, but the point is that was a lot of work unnecessarily. Whereas with the same discipline, like with $10 on $1,000 account, you have way more flexibility. You can input trades and you can afford to lose $2.50 a trade. On $100 account, you can't. You don't have room for that. Does everybody see that? So you can actually play it safer with more money, but you need more discipline. So it's actually riskier on a smaller account. So if you're going to put in $100, you're better off paying for a funded account because you can get the lowest account, which is like about $100 Canadian. So just under 100 American. Just under 100 American for the $10,000 funded account. But if you fail or lose too much in a day, which is like 5%, if your account goes down 5% in a day, automatically disqualified. So thank you for playing and try again. So if you're going to be, if your question is, hey, Edwin, I have $100, I'm ready to start a live account, don't. You're better off doing a funded account, but don't do a funded account if you can't even prove yourself on a free account. Because we have so many live sessions and access to pros and so many pips that we catch on a regular basis that we can catch, but prove it to yourself with a free demo account. I go up quick in the funded, but fall quick as well, having gone under 10. So perfect. So exactly, Nick. So being patient. The other day, I was less than 1% away from clearing the first phase. So I took my $10,000 funded account to 10,700 and something. I just needed like $84. And I was like, you know what? I can make this quick. Just put a bigger lot size, whatever, 3, 4, 5 pips, and I'm good. Now I'm back to under 2%. And that was just me being stupid. So I share this to show you like how quickly a stupid decision can get you. Thankfully, I'm still in the game. But like today was a bad day trading for me. I'm still up. I'm still over 1%. But you gotta, but like I know I'll pass. I'll be fine. I just gotta stop being stupid. But if you can't prove it to yourself on a demo account, just take the time. Anyone that's been here long enough, you've heard me say there's no shame in practicing in a demo account. For 3 months, 6 months, you'll hear some people say, yeah, just do it for a week, and then you're good to go. You want to lose money fast? Try it that way then. But I'm just being honest. I don't want to see people lose their money. Anyone that's met me in person or has talked to me one-on-one, I don't like people losing their money. It's definitely a good lesson for you. So I definitely am all for everybody learning hard lessons. But if you can learn from some people's mistakes, why not? And that's why I'm sharing that with you. I've made $40,000 stupid mistakes because I didn't have anyone to learn from. You guys don't need to do that. Armin even shared the same thing, where like he basically indirectly paid his tuition because he learned the hard way. So you can learn from all of our mistakes. So it is what it is. So before ending the session, I teach a team at least a month, practicing a week. Yeah, so exactly. There's actually people that say all you need is a week. Anybody that says all you need is a week, I know that they don't even know what they're talking about. If you're gonna do at least a month of consistency, then at least you have some bruises. Like you need to break some plates. So before we end the call and stuff, I want to just open it up a little for like a quick 2 minutes. Does anyone have any questions or anyone struggling with anything specific? If if there's something you're unfamiliar with, then don't be shy. There's no stupid questions. Just because you can find it in the back office doesn't mean you can't ask the question. I know I said like if there's stuff there, whatever, then I won't answer. But that's in the chats. Here, if I'm saying like the floor is open, like we're not gonna roast you. Yeah, clearly, Caleb. it, but the idea is that if you're in a learn live session, this would kind of count as a live session, then this is the place to ask the questions. This is the place to be like, hey, you mentioned this. Can you clarify? Right? No different than on a Learn Live. If you've never been to one, they're actually showing you how they do the alerts. And you can ask, why did you put a buy? Like what made, like, how come you're looking at that volume and not this volume? If that didn't make any sense to you, then just attend the Learn Live sessions. So any questions, anyone? I don't know if you can unmute yourselves or not. So any questions, drop it in the chat. If you can unmute, unmute. Otherwise, I want to see, I want to put a little bit of like a mini challenge since it's free to do. I appreciate that. Glad it helped your mindset a little bit. I'm still a little new, been practicing on demo for just over a month. If I was to go live, start at $200, what lot size would you recommend? So to answer that with what we were just talking about now, I wouldn't recommend you start with $200. So like I've always, this is just my personal opinion. Anything under $1,000 is practice money. Is practice money. So and anything under $10,000 is not serious money. And that's not to put anything down because like I started off with like $50 or $100. We all start somewhere. Some work in the same time as this call. I appreciate it, Christian. I'm glad you're here. But to answer your question with the $200, I would suggest, this is just, everyone's different. Okay. So don't be like, Edwin gave me financial advice, or maybe someone later will be like, why did you say this to her? This is just my opinion. Okay. This is just what I would do, knowing what I know now. Okay. Okay. Is that fair? Is that cool? Am I saying your name correctly? Sadaf? Yes. Okay, cool. So, what I would do, knowing what I know now, I would put those $200 aside for now. And I would practice with a demo account and pretend. So, this is going to be the challenge that I would like to put to all of you. Pretend that you're in the funded challenge. Pretend that you're in the funded challenge. Okay. But don't invest your money yet. Use the free demo, use the tutorial that I dropped in the chat, and share your results daily, good or bad, in the Champions University channel. And the first challenge, just like the actual funded challenge, is to get your account to 8%. I personally would recommend you start with a lower account size, just so that your brain is more used to those numbers. Because if you put like, I'm going to do $1 million account size, you don't even know what that's like to have. So your brain is already like, this is monopoly money, and just like, let's go full throttle, baby. And you're just going to be wrecking everything. So I would suggest go for the smallest amount, which is like $3,000, and put, to answer your question, the lowest lot size, 0.01, and practice. Get your demo account to 8% and then reset it, and then do 5%. And if you can do that, then I would say your $200, I would take 100 of it. I'll take 100 of it, and I would try to go for the funded challenge for the $10,000 funded account. So now you can save the difference. You've proven to yourself that you can do this because you have some practice. You've made mistakes. You haven't lost any money. You've been using the education. You're more well-versed in stuff. You've practiced the discipline. The ladies kick the guys' butt, the discipline aspect, by the way. It is what it is. And now you've shown that you can do it. You save the extra 100, you prove it. Once you pass the test, you actually get your money back. So now you're in the funded account for free. and then you're basically like just all profits from there. But there's no point in you doing that if you can't even practice like for free. It makes no sense. You're basically throwing your money away. You are actually better off spending $100. Like if you've never practiced or like have no clue what's going on, you're better off playing the lottery. Just straight up. You're better off taking your $200 and just playing the lotto, or going to the casino and putting it all on black on roulette. I like roulette. So it would be the same concept, because if you don't know what you're doing, what's the difference? Right? At least you can practice. Does that help answer your question? That's what I would do. So for everybody here, I would challenge you. I'd like to challenge you to save your money for now, use the education, leverage the experts, annoy the hell out of them when they learn live sessions, and you can watch the recordings and stuff, attend them whenever you can, and start practicing and show yourself, prove to yourself that you can do this on a part-time basis, because you never know where it'll take you. And before you know it, you're going to be in a position where you're able to make $7,000 while you're at a construction site, and then be able to walk away and not have to work construction since April 2020 and live like a year and a half off of crypto money. I know someone like that. So you can definitely do it, but I'm saving you literally tens of thousands of dollars in mistakes. And most of the people here aren't even going to listen. So for the one or two people that like I'm speaking to that I know are listening and I know are going to do it, and I know that's you, that's the challenge. So if you just made your your demo account, drop it in the Champions University, and let's support each other. And Christian's gonna hate me. You're gonna F it up at the beginning. You're gonna F it up, but embrace it. So okay. Is that okay with everybody? Just own it. I'm gonna F it up. Great. Now that you've accepted that, go F it up plenty of times to the point where you don't F it up anymore. Cool. All right. You're not going to hear other people tell you that. They're just going to be like, yeah, you can do it. And let's hold our hands and be uplifting, and shut up. Like the markets don't care your feelings. Daniel's laughing because I basically just echoed a conversation from the Funded Challenge. So the market doesn't care about your feelings. Like I don't care about your feelings. Nobody should care about your feelings. Let's forget it. I care if you learn. I care if you're successful. But like if your feelings get hurt, that's not my problem. That's your problem. And this is being real. So okay. So nobody hurt feelings. Everybody good. Drop a 1 in the chat if everybody's good. Forget about the emotions. We don't care about emotions. This world's too soft right now. Okay. We don't need marshmallows right now. We need people to toughen up. Okay, good. Cool. So that being said, I want to see those demo accounts. Let's get everybody, the first person to get to 8%, we celebrate them, and then we keep going, and then you reset to 8, and then that's all it is. Because the name of the game is about learning, growing, earn while you learn, and then there's really a lot of money to be made here. I'm not even kidding. It's trillions of dollars that go through just the Forex market on a daily. If we could, all of us here could share 0.00, I think it was like 6 zeros, 0.000001% is more than enough to retire everybody in this Zoom alone. Take that in. So it's enough money for all of us. So let's go make some money. Cool. Everybody good? Cool. So let's see those demos accounts. See you in the chats. Keep smiling. Don't let anybody piss you off. And see you on the next one.